George, I know you feel very strongly about this, but do you really think there's much chance of averting war, the way things are at the moment?
No, I think there's very little chance. I think it's a possibility, and I think it's kind of indicative of the times that we're in, that people are so pragmatic about the fact that it's going to happen. You know, which I think is just a reflection on politics in general now and our feelings of insignificance in terms of being listened to. But I don't think it's just about whether it happens. Actually, I have an apology to make, actually, and this is not because I've been attacked by the press, because, strangely enough, I'm kind of used to that. But I made a comment the other day about, and I think I was being kind of a musical snob in a way, about the idea of there being something like a Band-Aid. You know, Blue were going to convince Justin Timberlake.
Yeah,
and
I read that,
and I think, actually, I reacted more as a musical snob than... And in terms of it being too late. But actually, I had a conversation with my sister today that was very interesting, and she actually reminded me that it's not just about stopping this war, it's about keeping the pressure on that if it's going to happen, that it's short and that it's justifiable, and basically, you know, the more we protest, I think the quicker it's likely to end. So in that way, you know, day by day, when thousands of people are being killed, any kind of pressure, even if the pressure is after the war has started, is actually quite relevant. So I do apologise about that, actually.
What the suggestion was, the Blue were saying that they wanted to organise some kind of Live Aid, Band-Aid, with the likes of Justin Timberlake and Kylie Minogue and things like that. Yeah, and you were quoted as saying you don't think it was a good idea, but you...
Well, I think as a musician, I tend to think that things like this should be performed by people who write passionately about subjects all the time, or who write in general. I mean, I suppose there is a musical snobbery to that. But ultimately, I just think that it would be a shame. I think even Band-Aid 2 was a bit of a shame, because it looked like so ingenuine next to the original record. Which I was on, yeah. The great thing about Band-Aid, the original one, was that Bob Geldof tricked everybody into getting filmed. Nobody knew they were going to be filmed, so everyone just fell out of bed on a Sunday morning, as you can see, you know, when you see the video. Everyone looks terrible, absolutely terrible. I look like Woody Woodpecker. I've got red and orange hair. It's all kind of, you know. But anyway, that was what was great about it, that people were so genuine that no one dared to say no to him.